Right, a coffee shop is helping change lives through a very unique program.
Yeah, Bella Cundy is live in Modesto learning more about the cafe that's doing good. Hi, Bella.
Hey guys, good morning. That is right. We are at Modesto Gospel Mission right now talking Volente Coffee, and they do it all here. They roast the beans, they make the coffee, they bag the coffee. They've even got a little barista action, and you guys know I'm all about my barista. But he said no frothers, so we're on the come up. So Scott, thank you for hanging out with us. It's good to see you again. Scott makes a mean cup of coffee, if I say so myself.
I do say so myself as well. So thank you guys for having me. Thanks for coming down and hanging out with us. I'm excited to show you what we do here today.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about it. So right now we're in the roasting room, but tell us about Volente Coffee.
Yeah, so Volente ultimately is a program that we use to train men and women coming out of incarceration, homelessness, and addiction on how to get back onto their feet. So coffee is the tool that we use to reach them, and we teach them everything from customer service to operations to business skills.
Awesome. So we're about to roast some beans right now. Is that correct? All right. So give us a little, this whole process, Scott said, takes about 10 minutes, but tell us how this works and what the people gather from this program.
Yeah, so I'll start with what we're going to roast today. We're going to roast a bean from Papua New Guinea. We direct source this, which means we pay them directly. There's no middleman. The money goes directly there. So again, while we roast coffee, it's just the tool. But we always want to have really good coffee. So we're going to go ahead and toss this in right here if you're ready. Would you like to do it?
Oh, sure. Can I switch? You take the mic?
Here, I'll hold your mic. And then,
no.
So you're going to go ahead and dump this right up here. There you go.
Just a little too buff for this jacket.
There you go. Almost there. Perfect.
Like that.
So now that we've had, and here you can have your mic back.
Oh.
So now that we have the beans in here, the next step that we're going to have you do is we're going to go ahead and pull this red lever.
Oh, all right. Okay, so what's happening now?
So your beans are dropping into the roaster here. Inside of here right now we're at about 430 degrees. So we want to heat these beans up and get them to the right temperature so that it goes from green coffee to regular coffee that we're going to drink here in a little bit. So, but ultimately, so we have men and women that, a lot of people have never seen this process happen before. And so we pull men and women, again, that have been incarcerated or name it, really no job history whatsoever. And this is what we're using. And they're doing this actually about 3 times a week. Right now we are pushing out hundreds of pounds of coffee a week. And so we keep them pretty busy. Right before you guys got here, they just went out and did a delivery. So we're teaching them every single step of a business while they're here.
That is so cool. So what is the coolest part for you watching them go through this program?
I've seen, I'll share one story. There was a gentleman who came in here. He hadn't had a job. We'll go ahead and push that close. He hadn't had a job in, I believe it was over 15 years. He came into Volente, he excelled, he learned all of the business skills that he needed. He now is employed in what I call meaningful employment, which means he makes enough to support himself, pay his rent, pay all of his bills. He's doing fantastic. He still comes down from time to time and will hang out with us, roast with us, whatever it is. But seeing stories like that, somebody for 15 years who hasn't had a job, who couldn't get back on their feet, and using Volente as a launching pad for themselves to get back into society.
What do you think it is about coming here every day or 3 days a week for these folks, having that sense of purpose?
Yeah, it's super impactful. Yeah. If you think about it, a lot of them, especially the women, we have women right now that have come off of the streets. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of times when we see women come off the streets, their lives were pretty rough out there. Yeah. They've been victimized, etc. And so seeing them come in here and find something that brings purpose to them and brings them a new meaning to what they can do and what they can accomplish. They've been torn down a lot. And so being able to build them back up and to their full potential, it's rewarding every single day.
That's awesome. Yeah. Scott, thank you. We're with Scott and Volente Coffee in the next hour too. We're going to see our beans roasted coming up next, and we're going to get a little barista action in a little bit as well, Court and John. So stay tuned. Hopefully no frothers will be injured in the making of this program.
We're concerned.
You can never be certain, though.
When Bella Cundy's at the helm.
Thank you, Bella.
Thanks, Bella.
All right, a coffee spot is doing more than just serving up a good cup of coffee.
We're going to check back in with Bella, who is hanging out in Modesto with all the details from roasting to barista-ing.
That's right. Good morning. Roasting to barista-ing. We are back with Scott. Scott's holding the mic, so things could get out of hand here.
Lord.
But he's not the one frothing, I am. And so, you know, in the past, but what's so cool about this is, like I told you guys earlier, the Volente Coffee has the roasting process and the barista process. So now I'm in a bit of a barista boot camp like he does with so many of his members here. So Scott, I think I can handle the shot, but tell us a little bit about the barista boot camp, if you will.
Yeah, so as we bring folks into the program, again, we showed you the roasting, but this part here, it's more than just making coffee. This is where we train the customer service skills. So this is all face-to-face interactions with the public. Again, we have men and women who have not had a lot of experience in that area in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is a spot where they get to come in and really hone in on those skills.
All right, that is so cool. So now I'm going to put this shot right up in here, correct?
Yep, twist it in.
All right.
There you go.
Boom.
Now you're going to take your little container,
Okay.
put it underneath.
Amazing.
Perfect, and you're going to hit that bottom button. Yep.
Awesome. So tell me about how your members here really learn that face-to-face interaction. Tell me about the customer service aspect of it all, and what do they glean from that?
Yeah, so oftentimes when we see them come in, because they don't have the customer service experience and they really don't have human-to-human interaction experience, what we see is it helps them with their confidence just as a person, as a whole. They make meaningful connections. They make meaningful friendships with people. We have a cart that we have at a location here in town that's there every single day, and they've built relationships with a lot of the customers that are there,
Awesome.
which is a lot of fun.
All right, so we've got a couple different coffees we
Let's
got to
go.
tackle here. So
Yep.
this is mine. It's going to
Yep.
be a vanilla latte.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and here's your vanilla. Go 2.5 pumps,
One,
depending on the sweetness.
Oh. 2.5.
There you go. That's
All
pretty
right,
good.
cool. Now we've got to add the espresso shot, correct?
Yep. So you're going to go
Boom.
and pour that on in.
It's not my first time here. Stirring, excellent. Now we got to steam the milk, correct?
Yep.
Gosh. All right.
This could get exciting.
Oh dear Lord.
So you're going to twist it nice and slow at first.
Yep.
There you go. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're going to angle it a little bit just so that you get a nice spin in there. See, you're a natural.
Here
You know
we
what
go.
you're doing.
Thank you. See, this
Yeah.
is the type of frother I love and I could be on board with.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So Scott, before we wrap up this segment, how can people support you guys? And oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
Oh, you're good. Let's check your temp.
Oh.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
So-
keep going. I'm going to continue my question then.
Yeah.
How can people support you guys and what you guys are doing here?
By buying the coffee. So when you're buying coffee from us, there you go, you got it. When you buy coffee from us, you're doing more than just buy coffee. What you're doing is you're helping to keep these men and women that we have here working. And so when you buy a bag of coffee, that coffee was roasted by somebody in this program, was bagged by somebody in this program, and oftentimes delivered by somebody in this program.
That is
when you
so
buy a cup of coffee from us at one of our coffee carts, you are buying a cup of coffee and interacting with somebody from our program. And lastly, if somebody ever wanted to book our coffee cart for their event, we would bring these folks with us to that event, and it gives them some really, really cool experiences.
Awesome. Scott,
So-
thank you so much for hanging out with us
Yeah.
this morning. My vanilla latte, people. There is no latte art, just a couple of dots and specks.
Abstract art.
That's
Support
right.
Modesto Gospel Mission. Buy some coffee. The coffee is delicious, okay? I might have had like 3 already, okay? Back to you.
Did a great job. Thanks,
That
Bella.
particular one, well frothed.
Yes.
Yeah, very much froth. All right, thank you, Bella.